Ladies and gentle gamers, welcome back to Be Determined. In today's video, I'm going to guide you through the quest to unlock the Park and Galatia, the Foraging Islands that are currently in Hypixel SkyBlock. So if you enjoy, make sure to drop a like, smash the sub button if you haven't already, and without further ado, let's jump into it. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you're playing on 1.21.5 or a higher version. As of me recording this, you have to be playing on that version or higher. They may make it a higher version than this in the future, but for right now, you have to be on 1.21.5 or at least 1.21, but it's recommended that you play on 1.21.5 because then you get all these cool falling leaf particles. But as long as you're on a new version, all you got to do is come over here and talk to the lumberjack. He'll have some dialogue. You'll have to make sure to click on the green text option on most of these. And it's not a bad idea to read this if you haven't really gotten to foraging before, because it does explain some pretty important things. But he's basically going to ask you to get him 20 oak logs. So if you don't have any, you can just go around to one of these trees and chop it down. And once you have 20 or more, you can come back over to the lumberjack and right click him. He'll have some more dialogue and then give you a promising act. After you've claimed that, you can just walk down the path here and head all the way over to this teleporter, which will take you to the park. And once you're here, you can go up and talk to Charlie. He'll ask for a stack of birch logs this time, so make sure to grab those. And then come back to him, right click him, and he'll give you Charlie's trousers, which is a good first set for foraging. It gives a little bit of foraging fortune, so it'll be something good to start off with. Then talk to him again, and he'll give you the travel scroll to the park, so you can claim that, and then you'll always be able to type /warp park and just teleport right here to the start of the island. But next we'll have to head over to the spruce woods, so we'll go over to this teleporter right here, jump over, and then if we head over this direction, we can talk to the new Kelly NPC. She'll ask you a question, click yeah, and she'll ask for 128 spruce logs. So once you've collected those, go up to her and click on her, and she'll give you a small storage in return, and recommend you head over to the dark thicket and Kelly's t-shirt. So now you'll have two pieces of the new armor set for foraging. Speaking of shirts, I've got a new one, plus a hoodie, a mug, whatever you want. There's a link in the description. If this design does well, then I'll probably do some more, so let me know in the comments what you would like to see. And now, back to the video. Next, you'll head over to the dark thicket, so we'll have to walk over to this jump pad right here, and you'll have to go find the campfire. So the campfire NPCs are back on this side of the island. Then you'll go up and talk to Ryan right here, and if you haven't already, he'll ask you to compete in a trial of fire. So for that, all you gotta do is just stand on this fire with pretty much as much health as you can get. Basically, this fire does true damage, so you want to have more health than defense. Defense isn't going to help you here, so getting as much true health as you can, which a good way to do that is to wear this Mastiff armor if you have it unlocked. It's from Sphinxlayer. It gives a ton of health, and it'll let you survive for at least a couple hits depending on what tier you're on. But the early tiers are very, very easy. I'm on Trial of Fire 30, so it gets pretty difficult at this level. But after this, you can go ahead and head over to the Savannah Woodland. So that'll be to this teleport pad right here. And immediately you'll notice Worker Xavier walking towards you and having a bunch of dialogue. And basically he's hinting that you should head over to Melody on her plateau. So go over in this direction, and Melody will be right here. If you click on her, she'll have some dialogue. Click "Are you okay?" and then she'll ask you to bring her 512 acacia logs. So just grab as much acacia as you can real quick. And once you've got that, you can click on her, and she will start to craft the Melody's heart. Then she'll give you Melody's shoes, another piece of the new armor. After you finish with Melody, you can head over to the new jungle area. And this time you're going to be talking to Mulbert. And he has a ton of dialogue you have to go through, and then click sure. And then he'll ask you to gather 512 jungle logs, so make sure to chop down a couple of trees real quick. Then bring the wood back to Mulbert, and he'll ask you to leave the area, so just teleport back down here to the acacia section. And then you can go back up, talk to him again, and he'll ask you to place down some mole traps. So we'll place one right here, another one here, and the last one back here. Then head back over to Mulbert, talk to him again, and then leave the area, come back, talk to him again, but he's not in the same spot. He's going to be stuck in a trap this time, so Talk to him here, help him out of the trap, and then talk to him again. Say, I know that you are a mole, and after some dialogue, he'll give you the last piece of the new foraging set, the mole hat. And now, you have access to travel to Galatia, as long as you're foraging level 12. You do have to be foraging 12 to get over here. Now here there are a bunch more quests, so we'll get into those now. First thing you have to do is talk to Hina. She has a lot of dialogue, but it is kind of important, so it's a good idea to read it because it explains a lot of the new things, but don't worry, I'll explain some of it as well. After she's done her dialogue, you can click here to open the new Heart of the Forest, which is very similar to the Heart of the Mountain system for the mining skill. So basically, you're going to have to get Heart of the Forest XP to unlock higher tiers of the Heart of the Forest. It currently maxes out at tier 7, and I'll have a separate video coming out very soon about the best Heart of the Forest tree. But for now, all you need to do is unlock Sweep, and then as you gather Forest Whispers from doing various tasks around the island, you can start leveling up this level and get yourself some more Sweep. Basically, what Sweep does is help you break more blocks whenever you are foraging, so you'll be able to break down trees a lot faster if you have a lot of Sweep. But that will all be explained by this next NPC right here, Mr. Swoop. So you can talk to him. After he's gotten through his dialogue, you can click what's a berry, and then you punch the bush and you unlock the lush lilac collection, as well as get a bunch more dialogue from Swoop. Now if you don't know what Swoop is and you want a better explanation, you can click no right here, and Swoop will basically tell you what I just told you and go in a little more detail. So basically 10 Sweep would normally cut 10 logs, but the logs on Galatia are a little bit tougher. So the fig tree has a toughness of 7. So if I go and try and chop a tree down with this, I'm not going to break 7 blocks per because the toughness is higher. But if I use this toil tree capitator, which has a total of 25 Sweep, I'll break down a lot more blocks at once. But you'll want to go ahead and chop down a whole tree for Swoop's objective. So just make sure to chop down the bottom half first, and then you can start cutting up the top half. So it's better to find a lower level tree than this. This is a pretty large tree, so I'd recommend getting one that's a little bit smaller, like the one that spawns right next to him. If that one's taken, then maybe go for this one right behind it, and just go ahead and try and chop it down easy. Once the branches get to the point where you can't really reach them, you can either try and jump to reach them. It's not too difficult, or you can jump and throw your axe. So if you right click with your axe, it will throw it forward and you'll be able to get some extra log breakage from that. But then come back and talk to Swoop after you've chopped a tree down, and he'll explain how tree gifts work, which you get a tree gift every time you help chop down a tree. So you see I got all of these drops from chopping down that tree by myself, but the tree gifts are rewarded to anyone who helps cut down the tree. And there's also milestones for cutting down fig or the other new tree, mangroves, that will give you extra Sweep, so that'll help you cut down those trees a bit easier. But next you have to go over and talk to David Hunterborough. So he's right here. Make sure to click on him. He'll go through some dialogue. Make sure to select hunting. That's the only option, and he'll have a lot more dialogue to go through. But again, it is useful information, so if you don't know what he's talking about, make sure to read all the info. Next you'll click, so how do we access it? And then a shard. And basically what he's explaining throughout this whole section is how the new attribute system is going to work. Then you'll click interesting, what does a shard look like? And then he'll give you the objective to buy a hunting weapon from Alan. So if you're ever lost on where any of these objectives are, make sure to check the right side of your screen, because there is a green arrow that will be pointing towards the direction you should go. But Alan is going to be right here with the Huntax shop. So just go in here and talk to him. And then you can buy the Worn Huntax Genesis. And if you want to, you can upgrade it to the Sharpened Huntax Dominus. It's only 300k, so pretty worth it. Then you can head back over to where David is at inside this building and talk to him again. And then back out of the building and head over to the right here where Odin is waiting. Talk to him and he'll explain how to hunt mobs using a black hole. He'll explain that monsters here only take damage from axes, so you'll have to use your hunt axe if you want to avoid killing mobs so you can capture them. If you use your regular axe and hit them, then it can kill them. But if you use the hunt axe, it won't kill them, and it'll make it so that you can capture them. Just like that. And then they have this whole Pokemon-esque animation where you can catch the mob, and it'll pop up that the shard got sent to your hunting box. If you don't want this message continually popping up, make sure to click I get it, and then go back and talk to Odin again, and he'll tell you to go buy a pocket black hole from Albert. So Albert is going to be across the town here. He is in this building right here, so talk to him. And here you can buy a small pocket black hole, or if you've got the materials, a medium pocket black hole. And the only perk that the medium has that the small one doesn't have is you get a 10% chance to get a second shard from the monster, so that's pretty helpful. But for now, I'm just going to buy the small one. And then we can head back over to David and talk to him again. And he'll explain that you can find all your shards in your hunting box. So if you want to check that out, you can type /HB. I don't know if you need a booster cookie for that to work. If it doesn't work for you, then just go to your skyblock menu, go to skills, and then go to the hunting skill right here. And inside your hunting box, you'll be able to see the shards that you've claimed. So you can left click it to siphon it, shift left click it to siphon all of them if there's more than one of a type, or you can right click it to put it in your inventory and then sell it on Bazaar. But if you don't want to sell it on Bazaar and you did it on accident, you can just put it in your hotbar and then right click with it in your hand and it'll send it back to your hunting box. But our next objective is to go talk to Jaeger. So we're going to go look for him. He'll be up to the north here, or I don't really know what direction this is, but the direction we're going. And if you just drop off of this bridge, he's going to be right down here and you can talk to him there. And he will give you a basic fishing net, which you'll be able to use to hunt even more mobs. So there's a lot of different types of hunting added in this update. So we're going to catch a fish. So you take the hunting net and right click with it and boom, catch that fish. You'll notice we reached a milestone in the attribute menu and gained 1 sweep for that as well. So that will help quite a bit. And now we can head back up and talk to David again. So after you click the green message here, he'll explain how the different shards matter, but he won't fully explain it because we have to go talk to Aryan. So if we head over to where Aryan is, he is going to be in this back section right here. And he will be giving us a new item, the Abysmal Lasso, which you can use to catch forest creatures such as the phantoms that will be flying around. So we're going to go ahead and grab this lasso and right click it on the vampire right here. And then we got to wait until it says real over it. And just like that, we got a new shard. Next, you can just head back over to David again, and he'll explain that combat, water, and forest are the only 3 types of shards. So combat you get with the hunting axe and the black hole, water you get with the fishing nets, and forest you get with a lasso. But the next objective is to head over to Keisha right here, and she's going to explain how the hunting box works. You'll have to click of course as she's going through her dialogue, and she'll explain a new part of the new attribute system, fusing. So click what are attributes, and she'll basically give the same thing that David said earlier, just in case you didn't get it the first time, and she'll give you a vampire shard. So if we go ahead and do /HB again, or if you don't have that, go into your skyblock menu, skills, hunting, and then the hunting box. You can left click to claim your vampire shard right there. And then Keisha will have a little bit more dialogue. Click anything else when she's done. And she'll say to fuse, you'll need 5 shards of one creature with 5 shards of another creature in the fusion machine. Then she'll give you some vampire shards and some cod shards. And you can use those right here in the fusion machine. So just click on the button right there, and we're going to click on the vampire shards and then the cod, and then we can choose between the night squid shards or the fan flare shards. So fan flares are pretty easy to get, so I'm just going to go with the night squid right here, and we can claim that right there. And then talk to Keisha again. She'll say she doesn't have anything left to teach you, and then tell you to go talk to David. So talk to David again, and he will give you David's cloak, which is the new best in slot cloak, very similar to the rift necklace. It's not going to be best for everything, but for a lot of things, it's going to be very nice. So it gives some magic find, and once you upgrade it, it's going to give you a lot more cool stuff. So make sure to claim that. Next, he'll tell you to go talk to Agatha. So just head outside, and then Agatha's going to be down by this giant tree right here. So just teleport right down here. You can talk to her, and she'll explain that she holds a contest every single skyblock day. So there is constantly an Agatha's contest going on. And from her stuff, you'll be able to get a lot of cool things, including a bunch of Heart of the Forest XP, tons of new items inside of her shop that are really, really nice, and a bunch of sweep for your personal bests once you unlock them from her shop. So make sure to talk to her as often as you can. Next, we're going to head over to Teddy, who's going to be up on top of the bridge here. So we'll talk to him right there. And basically what he'll do is teach you how to catch a lot of the new mobs that you can find around here. So click on him. You can buy the dialogue, basically, the hints that he'll give you on how to catch every single type of them. So some of them require higher hunting levels to unlock, but you'll need all of these shards eventually for various things. So make sure to check back and buy them. They're very cheap, so very worth it if you forget how to catch something. But next up, we're going to go talk to Dax, who is going to be on the other side of this castle area here. He's going to be down in the dumps right here. So talk to him. He'll explain how traps work, and this trap right next to him will have just caught something. So you can just casually steal that, and he'll give you a small hunt trap, which you can use to catch some new shards even when you're not playing. So make sure to grab that, and then grab the verdant from his trap there. He definitely doesn't mind. But then you can take your small hunt trap and put that wherever you want. It can be on this island, it can be on any other island where there are shards. So for right now, I'm just gonna go ahead and throw mine right here, and you can put down up to 5 of those, so it's really nice. But those are all of the quests on the Foraging Islands, at least as of right now. So if you have any questions about them, make sure to drop it in the comments below. I think I showed everything, but who knows, there could be some bugs or some issues that I don't know about. So if you leave a question down below, maybe I'll have heard about the answer. But I should have a bunch more guides coming related to foraging and the new hunting stuff. So if you guys want to see that, make sure to drop a like on this video, smash the sub button. We're closing in on 30,000 subscribers, which will finally get us red name, and I won't have to wait in queue for an hour to get onto alphas. So that would be really nice. But as always, thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have an amazing rest of your day, and God bless.